If you don't have this in business, it's useless to be in business. Okay? Let me explain to you. Today, we're going to talk about IP, intellectual property. Okay? Intellectual property is a word that you may think is like a legal term or it's something like, oh, that sounds like that's just too over my head. Well, no, it's not. It's not over your head in business. It's one of the main things about business, okay? Because IP is it's anything created in the mind or from your mind that has value and can be owned, protected, licensed, sold, or used as a business asset. And so, what you're in business, right? Or you're going to start a business. So, these things is worth knowing and talking about. Okay. And so, a few weeks ago, I went to this business law workshop, and some of the things I learned in there, I'm going to share them with you. But then some of the things I learned in that workshop, it just really surprised me about just how you can protect at least the minimum protection of some of your IP property. Like I said, things that you own, you protect, and you can license, and things that you've created with your mind. And so that is going to maybe that'll motivate you to realize and say, hey, my business idea is worth something. It really is. It is worth more than you think. And so with that being said, you can do to protect your intellectual property. We're going to say for short, we're going to say IP. You can trademark, you can copyright it, you can patent it, and also you can have a trade secret. And so a lot of people don't even think on the last one, trade secret, a lot, but yes, you can. It's valuable confirmation, confidential information, because like Coca-Cola have trade secrets. Pepsi's, they have their products, they have trade secrets, and there can be substantial penalties for those that invade on your trade secrets, okay? And so you may have employees, or in the future, you may have some people that are working with you or you connected with, that they cannot do anything with your trade secret, because if they do, they can be in trouble, okay? So you want to know your rights with that. And so you don't have to just be like maybe a secret, it'd be like a big secret about some of the things. But yeah, at the same time, yes, you can. You can not let too many people know about what's going on, especially if it's of value and it can bring potential income to your business. Now, I did learn some things too, that sometimes it's kind of hard to prove on the monetary damage to certain things, certain property. I mean, certain IP, um, you know, property of yours. So you have to be kind of careful about that too, of which direction you want to go. But you can talk to an attorney about that. Okay. This is just for information purposes only, when I'm just giving you that little nugget. Okay. So that's what she did tell us in the workshop. So yeah. So next thing, you can brand your IP, brand your IP properties is where your IP, you can brand it. Okay. And so the type of an IP can be your business name, it can be your logo, and then it's just like branding. Branding is not all about a logo, but it can be a slogan, a tag name, it can be a catchy phrase, it could be an event name, it can be a show, it can be a podcast show, it can be colors of that sort, and it can be something like a brand voice of yours, just like, for instance, your unique way of teaching, speaking, or motivating, some of those things. So that can be your IP property as well. So yeah, some of those things that sometimes you may not have thought of, but that can be a part of it too as well. And so, written content, that's an IP, can be an IP. And I want to let you know, guys, what can be part of IP property. So maybe in the future you can be you can really think a little differently that, hey, you have something of value. And so it can be books, ebooks, workbooks, scripts. It can be templates. It can be, email sequences, and it can be client documents. I mean, it can be so many things that things are just specifically, and it belongs to you. It belongs to you. You're the one that holds the key to that information. And let's not forget about that. And then also digital content IP. Let's talk about that. Just like, say for instance, live streams, like if I'm doing I have IP property. All of this is my IP property that is protected. Can't nobody just use my information if I got it protected, right? They can't do that. So what you have to do is you have to protect your digital IP, and it's podcasts, it's webinars, slide decks. It can be digital downloads, whatever it is, membership content. That's your IP information, and that's your IP product. And so, like I said, this IP information is going to be for you. It's going to be for you to know and hold and say that this is my asset. Your IT property is your asset. It's an asset to you. And it can be of value, maybe not now, but it can be of value. Well, it is a value, I would say, from the beginning of your conception of it, okay? But it can go and be much, much valuable later. So don't take it lightly. Don't take your IP property lightly. And the reason why I am saying all of this is your IP it could and it should motivate you to create something unique. And that's what this is going to be all about. And this is what we're going to be talking about. It's going to be unique for you and whatever it is. Okay. Now, and then also, like, okay, some of you, those of you out here that are teachers or want to teach, you may have some material that can go off into teaching of some things of that sort. Your course or your curriculum, that is part of your IP property, your IP certification. You can create a certification program. That is your IP if you create that. A course curriculum, training, handbooks, workbooks, quizzes and assessments, whatever. All of that can be your IP, and it can make you money. Okay. Your IP is just not to say, okay, I have some IP property. No, that's an asset for you, for your business. So you are an asset. Okay. So if anybody ever tell you you're not an asset, you are. You are an asset to the community of your world. And you'll be an asset to somebody else if you just use your gifts and talents to share with them. Okay, so yeah, and then also business systems and processes. So like I said, what is a business system? Your onboarding. Anything that you have within your business, what I'm trying to tell you is an asset to you. It's an asset to your business. So an asset is going to equal you monetary. It can equal a monetary value for you. Your sales processes, your content planning systems, your pricing method. So many things can be your IP property, and it is an asset. I'm gonna keep saying that to you until you get it until you get it down pack, okay? So it is creative designing, graphics design, photographs, product packaging. And a lot of times when you are someone out there creating something for someone, or you got a client or customer, you have to make sure that you guys have an agreement of who that belongs to. Whether it's you, the creator, does it belong to you, or you going to give it to the person that you're creating it for? So you definitely have to make sure that you guys have an understanding with that. That is very important too. Video graphics, interior concepts, because later on down the line, sometimes, let's say for instance, if you create something for someone and they paid you for the service, and thank you, and they paid you for the service, and then you do something, you're looking, uh, you're looking, you're looking to they paid you for the service, and then you're looking to do something with it, and then you really, really do extremely well out here in the world with it, and then they may want to come back and try to sue you for it. So you have to be careful with that and get an understanding from the beginning, an understanding on what you're doing with them from the beginning. How about that? Let's say understanding. Anybody can say understanding, say understanding. Okay. Yes, and another thing is product based. Like for instance, you may have a formula, a skincare formula. You may have a product, and then your package designing. All of that is your IP information, your IP protection, especially if you do it good. And then somebody else may want you to maybe create something for them, or they may want to know, well, how do you do what you do? And then you can package that, and that can be a part of your IP, your IP, your IP protection. And then you can sell it to them. You can license it to them. Remember I said earlier, you can license your IP property. There's so much you can do with it. So just do remember, intellectual property is that's your creation. That's you. That is you all day. And so we want you to understand that you can monetize that. And so that is something you can monetize. And now the technology and the digital tools, that is part, it can be IP property. This can all come from you. So remember that this is you. This is the way you can be an asset. Okay. You are an asset. You are someone out here. You are created for greatness. You were created for more than you think. And I want you to think deeply on what are some of the things that I can create, that I can have value for. I can be of value, or I can be an asset and create. Because sometimes we just don't think a lot of times that what we really can do. So, whatever it is out here that you're good, good with, or you good at, you can be an asset, and you can package it to be an asset. Okay. Okay. Because I want you to be great out here in the world. You got to get out here and have multiple streams of income. All righty. In a good way. I'm not saying that, talking about the hustle mentality. I'm talking about the good old generational wealth kind of things. Okay. Because your ancestors and people before you, and so your people before you, they thought on these lines. And so we got to get back. We got to get back to the basics, okay? The basics of you are an asset. All right, now technology and the digital tools, like I said, they can be, oh yes, you guys, that a lot of you now, we're out here in this world, we're talking about AI, and AI is just doing it up, and we're doing it up with AI. AI prompts, AI agents. I'm creating some AI agents now for my business. And then once I complete those for me, then I'll be able to create some for you or somebody else. And so that's going to be a part of my IP. That's going to be a part of my intellectual property that I will have. And then automation flows and databases, digital calculators, apps and softwares. There's so much now that you can do, and it don't take you. They got all kind of software now that you can build apps, and you can create software. And it used to take you a long time to create it and do it, but no, it's not like that anymore. So let's not think small here, okay? Let's think generational wealth, people, okay? I'm giving you some nuggets that folks will probably charge you for, and they will charge you handsomely for this information about what you can create with your IP, your asset. You have the asset. Remember, say, I got it. Say it to yourself if you don't write in the chat, or you don't write it out. Say, I have it. I got it. I got what it takes. I have the asset. I am the asset. I got it. Okay. All right. Okay. I am a business developer. I'm a business strategist. I'm someone that helps you get your business started and grow your business. And that's what I do. And so I'm just talking about you are the asset tonight. And then I have a 90-day intensive that I will be getting ready to start in about a month or so. And so if you are interested, comment 90 days. Okay. And it's going to be 90 days that we're going to go on a deep dive and whatever. Yeah. So that's what I do. Okay. I've been doing this. I've owned businesses myself. I'm not telling you what to do with a business, and I have never owned one myself. So I have my consulting business now. But yes, I have been an entrepreneur for a long time, and I've worked on with corporate as well. So I am seasoned out here in the world of business. Okay. And I oh, you do? Oh, you do? We talked about it in the yeah, somebody says they have a provisional patent here and an LLC. Okay, all righty. Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I did. All right. If you go to pushtodream.com, you'll see some information too over there as well. Okay. All righty. Go to that website. And I'm getting ready to change it a little bit and add some more things to it. So if you see it change within a few weeks, that's what I'm doing with it. Okay. Oh, no, absolutely. I don't mind you asking me questions because I'm real, okay? For those that are not out here in the world as real, those are the ones that take offense. Oh, oh no, look, I won't bite. I won't bite. Okay, okay. Now educational. Okay, there's some more it's some educational and speaking IP. So let's talk about that. Okay, some of you, are you out here? Are you educators? Now, you don't have to be educators in order to be able to do these things too. But if you got the gift of teaching, that's a part of your intellectual property. Because all of us are you look, people, we are so unique out here in this world. Make sure, okay. We're so unique out here in this world, and we don't do things like everybody else is doing. And you know what? And everyone is not going to gravitate to you, or everybody is not going to receive certain information from you. All of us have our unique ways, and there are over what, 8 billion people in the world? You correct me if I'm wrong. So a portion of them, because we can reach people globally now, you don't have to worry about you not having your people, having the tribe, or having someone that resonate with how you do things. Okay? And so, with that being said, you can be your unique self, and you can do it the way you uniquely do it, without any fear, without any fright, frustration, or, without any reserve of just being, oh, I can't do this kind of thing. No, you don't have to be that. You don't have to do it that way. Okay. And educational and speaking IP, it includes workshop, it includes signature stories. Somebody is a good storyteller. That can be your IP, because a lot of people don't know how to tell stories. And that may be needed from you. Teaching examples, signature frameworks, coaching, questions, or keynote speaking. All of that is IP. All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Is it 8? Okay. It is 8 bit. So you have so much. Now, let's get into these other section. I know all of you always must know about this. Uh, oh yeah. Okay. All right, I'll check it. Thank you. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, thank you. I try. I try. Now let's talk about music and audio and the things and performance of things of that nature. Okay. This is IP property too. IP, intellectual property, and you are the asset. So any of you, if y'all have some friends that, if you know some friends or you have someone, just tell them, hey, you got some IP. You got some intellectual property, and you have an asset. You have an asset that, guess what? One day, if you do it correctly, it may be able to be on the stock market. And somebody may even just think your company or what you're doing could be on the S&P 500 one day. I know y'all probably saying, nah, now that's thinking big. No, That's thinking strategically. That's thinking with logic, because a lot of times we've been suppressed to think that, oh, we don't have what it takes. Oh, absolutely. Yes, we do. We have more than enough, but the world has told you you don't. The world has told you that is not capable, you're not capable. The world has told you to think a certain way. The world has told you you're not good enough. The world has told you things that is not true about yourself. So stop listening to that voice and listen to that inner voice that you have. Okay. Okay. Now, music, audio, and performance, people, like jingles, voiceovers. You know, some people out here in the world, do y'all remember that time when this homeless guy, I mean, he, and bless his soul, I don't know whether he's still living or not. I think he passed, but he had the most, oh, you guys, the deepest voice. You hear me? And it was so elegant. I mean, it's unique, and he was, I think he did it for a little while. He was doing voiceovers, and then he did something in I think he did something in the media about broadcasting of something briefly, and I don't know whether he got back, he kind of like got back on the streets or whatever. He passed. I'm not sure, but anyway, this is what I mean. Now, he had intellectual property, and had it been packaged right for him, the man could have gotten off the streets with no problem and stayed off the streets with no problem. He really could have. He had the most, I mean, the voice that you can just listen to it, you guys, and look, and it just put you to sleep. That's what kind of voice he had. And have, if he's still living. And I can't remember his name, but I can remember he was very tall, bright skinned gentleman. He looked like he was, mixed race or whatever, and dark hair. And you can tell back in the day that he really had his stuff together. Yeah. Yes, prime example. Exactly. And so audiobooks, spoken word, all of that is IP. It's an asset. That is. It's an asset. So I just want you to see just how much IP property or intellectual property is out here in the world. Okay? It's plenty of it. Plenty of it. Okay. Now, inventions and product design. You didn't think that I was going to leave that out, right? Okay. But all of these things that I'm mentioning to you, there's certain ways that you can protect it. Okay. You can trademark it. Remember, you can copyright it. You can even do trade secrets, and you can do patents. Okay. So any of those ways that best fit what you have. So you don't have to do all of them. Some of them, it doesn't require it because of the nature of the, whatever it is. All right. Okay. Patent requires certain things, copyright and trademark. Those are different things. Okay. Okay. Message me, please. Message me, and maybe we can get on a call. Okay. Message me, and then I'll send you the link, and we can get on a call. We can get on a Zoom call. Inventions and product design. Let's talk about that. New inventions, product improvements, industry designs, function designs, unique equipment setups. These are all, things that can be an asset, right? Never thought about that, right? Probably some of these things you haven't thought about. Okay? Probably not. Yeah. So now, these are some other things too that is not limited to IP, but it's things that you may not think that it's a part of IP and your intellectual property, but it is. You have this like questionnaires, discovery questionnaires. You can have a package and only you uniquely, you can create those on your own. You can possibly create your own questionnaire on maybe, let's say for your business, and it's the way you do things. And this would be good too if you're having to, if you're creating a system that you might be, licensing out of your business or franchising or anything of that sort. That's when this can come in. And then templates, proposals, things of that sort. You can create other things for other businesses. You can license all of that out. That is your asset. That is your IP property. And if it comes to legally, and if it comes to legally getting it set up and structured so you can protect it, then so be it. You can do that. Because think about it. If you pay for something one time, and just think about the multiplying of you, just invest that one investment. And sometimes it's not to protect your IP property. What I'm saying is, and it's not a substantial amount of money, but just think of the benefit. The investment, it turn the money over and over and over and over again, and it is yours, and you protect it, and you don't have to worry about fighting anybody in court about it. You know, so those things you need to think about when you are out here in the world thinking about IP, your intellectual property, because you have an asset. And I'm gonna keep saying that because you do. You are an asset. See, you didn't realize that, right? When I told you you were created for greatness, you didn't realize that I am created for greatness. I bet you're thinking about that now, right? You are. You have greatness within you and all of this asset that you guys have in you, and you don't realize you have it. But it's time for you to think about, you got something. I have something. Say it to yourself. I have something. I have an asset I can give. And I have intellectual property. And I didn't realize I had intellectual property. So any of these I mentioned can be, one of them can be enough. It don't have to be multiple ones of these I'm mentioning. It can just be only one that can make a difference in your life. Okay? Personal branding IP. Your name as a brand, like with me, Biz Strategist Sandy. That's my IP property. Biz Strategist Sandy. That's right. That's my property. That's my IP. And it's protected. Ah, 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 ah. Okay. The likeness, the photo, the images, your voice, your teaching style, anything, like I said earlier, your testimony, your story. That's a part of it. That's a part of it. That can be your business message, your authority and positioning, your experience and your expertise. All of these things can be at your IP packaged correctly. It's an asset to you. Okay. And especially when it comes down to your experiences, guys, nobody's had your experiences but you, and the way you've had it. Then sometimes you can put that information in a book, you can put it in a movie, anything. You can put it in a play. You can do so much with the asset that you hold. And sometimes people always tell me my life needs to be, girl, you need to write a book, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. So all of us have uniqueness that we haven't experienced. I mean, nobody else has experienced but us. So that is an asset. You don't go through things in life for you. You go through things in life sometimes. I believe this now, to help others. I believe for others. Okay? For others. It's to help someone else. And so with that being said, that's your asset. You know the emotional feeling you had behind it. You know the things that really, made you do certain things, or that made you feel the way you felt about something. I mean, it's just so much. And we got to start thinking that way to be a Yeah, yeah. So now this next thing, I think I talked about this earlier when I mentioned to you about Coca-Cola. Trade secrets. Ooh, trade secrets. Like a private client list. I'm not going to say the name, but there was a client list that was a trade secret, and I'm sure all of you heard about it, called the Up Files. But that wouldn't be in the same category. But I'm just saying, just think of that when you got information. We talk about legal stuff now. We don't do nothing illegal. We talk about legal things. And so a vendor list, a sales script, researching a database, any of these things is intellectual property. Marketing strategies that nobody else. I got some marketing strategies that I bet some of you you be like, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. And so this is a trade secret. And your internal SPO, that's your private, that's your standard of operating procedures, a manual that you created that's unique for what you have going on in your business. Oh man, come on. Come on, people. It's so much. It is so much out here. So don't ever think that you don't have something that the world needs. You have an asset. And this IP is yours. Ain't nobody take it away from you. So you don't have to be how they said, you don't have to be a jack of all trades. You don't have to be an opportunist out here in the world, because some people out here are opportunists. You hear me? They are anytime, everywhere, opportunity, there they go. And they can't sit still and do what they were called to do. Okay? Yeah. So, last one. Data research, search, and compile knowledge, like maybe like a research report, something of that sort. A list, a curated list, case studies. All of this is IP property. And it can be given, it can be licensed out to other companies, anything, B2B. You don't have to try to sell this stuff. There's so many other people that need what you have. Survey results, all these companies out here doing surveys, that's their IP. And they getting paid for it. And companies need that. A lot of times they need this information to go to the next level, or to hold, to be held in compliance. Surveys is used for so much, y'all. Surveys is used, to maybe to, just to kind of to see how a company is doing, and then also to just see how they can grow their business from a survey, and seeing what they need to do to improve their companies. Surveys can be, oh my goodness. Competitive analysis. You can do a competitive analysis for a company. That's your IP information. If you know how to do these kind of things, companies need that. You don't have to be doing them for individual now. So I'm just saying this to you, okay? Shit. That, with that being said, I won't give you any more, because I have some more to give you, but I stop there. I won't give you all of them. I know I probably overwhelmed you tonight. I'm gonna give you something to think about, okay? So remember, you have an asset that's the world needs. Now, all of these I gave, one of those I'm sure is an asset that you can package, and that you can package and have use to do something. And remember, you're not only out here if you're a content creator, and if you hear me, you're not just out here creating content. You have an asset. You have intellectual property. That's what you have, and you need to treat it as such. Okay. You can protect it, you can license it, you can package it, and you can scale it. Licensing, protect it, package it, and scale it. Okay? Remember that. You can do all of those things I just mentioned. And it's IP is anything that's created from what? Your mind. Thank you. All right. So, with that being said, I am done for the night with talking to you about IP. Take this information and see just what you can do with your intellectual property and monetize it. Okay. And if you want to be in our 90-day intensive, once I drop it, we're going to start maybe mid-July and write 90 days somewhere in the comments. 90 days. 90, the number 90 and days. DAYS. Okay? And we will adjourn. On the next video, we're going to talk about branding. Join me tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow around this time, Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to talk about branding tomorrow. Okay? Because the IP and the branding is going to kind of intertwine. And branding, we're going to go deep. That's like we did tonight with this IP stuff here. We're going deeper. We're going to talk about branding. And you'll be surprised at what you learn tomorrow. Okay? Will I see you guys here tomorrow? All right. Okay, you got my note. All right, that's what I'm talking about. He said he got his notifications on. All right, that's what I'm talking about. All right, then. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, you were created for greatness. You have greatness within you. You were created here to be something more than what people have told you. They may have told you that you didn't have what it takes, but don't believe them. Believe that inner voice in you that's telling you what you're capable of doing. And if you put some action to it, I guarantee you, you will accomplish and achieve, and you will create those things in your world and in your life that you want to. Not because somebody else told you that you wouldn't. Don't let anybody put their mouth on you. Blah, 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 blah. Don't let anyone put their mouth on you in your life. Okay? Seek God and all of his understanding, or whoever you serve. But I serve God. So I'm going to listen to him because he's my dad. Okay? All right, you guys. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.